guys, so I have just arrived in Marrakech. We took a 3.5-hour bus down this morning from Casablanca at 8 a.m. We arrived here just about noon, and I got to a hotel now called the Badia Palace. And this hotel is pretty amazing. It's almost like you're kind of in your own Disney resort. It's like an all-encompassing resort. It has like paintball, it has like golf, it has bowling, it has tennis. It's got like 5 pools, all kinds of stuff. Pretty crazy. I haven't been in one of these places, in one of these like resort type, you know, huge compounds in a long time, so I'm super excited that I'm here now in Marrakech. Hey, what is up, Rogue Nation? We have just made it to Marrakech, Morocco. It is my first full day. There's a horse peeing right behind me. But we made it to the main square, and we're in the Medina, which is the old town. My driver here, he was saying that it's a 19-kilometer long wall that surrounds this whole Medina, and we're here to explore because Marrakech is like the big popular place people go when they go to Marrakech or when they go to Morocco. So we're gonna go here. We're in this square, which is this big open area. It's almost like there's a carnival going on at all times. There's like all these rides, all these things happening, like monkeys walking around. And then there's the one thing that I really am not looking forward to, which is the snakes. There are snakes all around here, and I hate snakes. And there's guys walking around with snakes, there's guys like charming snakes, and yes, I want to see it, but I don't at the same time. I fucking hate snakes! Get that fucking thing out of here! Watch, he's gonna like run over and like throw it on you. So when you come into Marrakech and you come into the square and you're holding a camera, these guys purposely target you, especially with the snakes and the monkeys, because they want you to pay them to take a picture. So like we're walking by all these people, and then the cobras are all sleeping, and they see us walking with the camera, and he starts playing, and you can hear all these things right now. You can hear them all like going off. It's because they want us to pay them because they see we have a camera. And anytime you come up with any kind of phone or camera, they expect you to pay money. I want to get in there, give them like 5, yeah, let's do it. See what happens. We gotta watch each other's backs, make sure no cobras are put around our necks. I would hate that. Holy shit. I've never seen a cobra before. Oh no.
Water snakes.
Water snakes.
Is that the poisonous one?
Is that poisonous? No.
No. Water snakes.
I don't want a water snake. No, I want to see that. Here, I'll give you money.
No.
No snake.
100.
100?
No.
So that guy, I literally did nothing but look at him with his snake. I wanted to see the guy charm it. And he puts out his hat afterwards. I give him $1, a coin, which is like American dollar. And he's like, no, 100. He wanted 10 bucks just for me to like be pointing the camera at him. Everyone's out here trying to just make money as much as they can and prey on tourists, so you gotta be really smart and aggressive when you're out here. So inside the market here are the shops called the souks, and this is where you can go buy everything inside the Medina. It's outside and then boom, inside. Crazy. Chris, what just happened there?
We tried to get a shot, and there's a lot of traffic.
Like for like 5 minutes, like all these cars were coming through.
It was roadblocked because of that one van that just sat there for like 5 minutes trying to get through one section.
Yeah.
And then right when that van got through, there's this whole pile like a zoo.
There's another car coming too. So we're walking through one of the beautiful alleyways here in Marrakech. This little side market here. It just looks like what I would hope Marrakech would look like. It's beautiful. If you can get the light just right. It's about noon now, and the light was coming straight through the little roof thing, and it looked perfect. And I don't know, that's what I came for, is just like the beauty of these markets here. And that's what really makes it for me when I came to Morocco. So I would highly recommend just walking around in these little markets if you can, and
you got a little meal?
Whatever you can see. We're in the old city, which is the Medina, but we're actually in, right now, the old Medina. So it's like the old city. And this is where there's a lot less tourists, a lot less people. Well, a lot less tourists. There's still some people, but not as crammed and cluttered as it is in the square we just came from. So right now we're going to a tannery here in Marrakech. We went to the famous one in Fez, and there's another one here in Marrakech, which is pretty big. It might not be as famous, but we're heading there right now because we can get closer than we could before. Like, we can get real close, so yeah, there's a guy right now leading us there, and no doubt he wants money of some kind, probably to sell us some kind of products, but I'm just gonna give him a tip for showing us around, like inside the tannery, because that's what you gotta do here at Marrakech. Chris, it's starting to smell real bad.
The tannery smell.
The guy here, he gave us like these mint leaves, and he tells us this is called the Berber gas mask. You smell this because everything else around here smells really bad. So you just keep sniffing on this mint leaf.
Oh, wow. Tourist.
I had a tourist over there.
Come on, here.
Camel?
Can't touch.
Really
So
like
this is
hard
cam-
skin.
Wow, I've never felt a camel's skin before.
That's pretty cool.
That's interesting. So that's gonna be a bag? A bag? Yeah, yeah.
Pigeon poop here.
Oh god, that's the ammonia, guys. So how do they get the pigeon poop?
Mountain.
The mountain?
The mountain pigeons.
That's a question you don't want to ask.
This one isn't the famous tannery because it doesn't look as like pleasing, you know, as the Fez one might.
But we can't get this close.
But we can't get this close down there.
Really cool.
So the same scene always happens here in Morocco. You follow one guy and he leads you to like a tannery or something. Then that guy shows you around a little bit, and then he takes you to like a shop where they want you to buy some like leather bag or whatever. We obviously didn't want any leather bag. I just came to walk around, and then I left. The shop owner was pretty pissed that we didn't buy anything. I didn't care. I leave, I go out. The guy who walked us there, he's like, hey, a tip for me. I was like, no, sorry man, I didn't even want to come here. And then he wouldn't leave us alone. I gave him $1, and he didn't say thank. He turned around really pissed and just walked away. So it's pretty much it's the same thing here in Morocco. You just you gotta watch out. Like, if someone offers to give you directions or show you some tannery, I wouldn't go because they say no money, but ultimately they want a tip for walking you around or showing you something. So we've just come out to a place called the Badia Palace right now. It is massive. It is the biggest palace here in Marrakech. And this is where they actually used to host all these huge grand events, as you might imagine, in a palace. It cost us about $7 US or 70 dirham to get in here, but it looks like it would be a king's courtyard. I really, really love the sandstone walls that surround all the buildings here. It's just more prevalent in this king's palace. You're looking like you could use a little scrub. Welcome to the Grand Bath. I feel like I'm going out into like some kind of fighting tournament. I just want to know what this would be like if they're hosting parties and all their guests are drinking all night. Who's the one watching all the people just sitting falling into this pool? That would have been hilarious.
Dude, that'd be awesome. There's like a DJ like right over there. Another one right over there, like different music everywhere.
Yeah, you're in the middle of dancing and then you fall off into the water. And then it becomes a pool party.
Oh, you don't want to swim in here, trust me.
So these rooms right here were actually a guest house. They think that it was probably for the foreign embassy, but this is where other foreign political leaders would come and visit. And then walking up a few flight of stairs, you come to the terrace overlooking all of the Badia Palace. It's pretty cool. In midday, I feel like it's very bright and very white and blinding, kind of like my skin, but cool nonetheless. Right next to the Badia Palace is Saadin's tomb, which is actually the ruler at the time. He's the one who built the palace, and this is his tomb. And it's right next door for another $7. You can come visit the place he lived and where he now lies. So we just finished up at the Saadin tomb. There wasn't a whole lot there. I don't know, I feel like you could definitely skip that one. Definitely don't need to pay $7 to go see it. You pretty much just saw it through through my camera. There wasn't a whole lot. I remember though seeing that like 2 years ago, to get into each of these places it was like $1, and now it's $7. I don't know if it's worth $7, but you you saw it now. Okay guys, so it has now been just about a week since I filmed the last clip here in Marrakech. I took about a week where I was filming my TV show here in Morocco, and then we went to the Sahara Desert. So these videos are kind of out of order, but I wanted to have this video come last because I wanted to give a kind of a recap of my time here in Morocco, so that you guys know what to expect when you come here. So Morocco has a lot of amazing things to see, and a lot of things that really I disliked, and I think a lot of people who come here find that they don't like as well. For example, coming to the medinas. The medinas are the old parts of the city. They're where pretty much tourists go and you can buy stuff in the shops. That's fun to do. It's cool to see for an afternoon because you can walk between it, and it's really usually pretty beautiful, especially the one in Fez and the one in Marrakech. The downside is the people here in the Medina, and this isn't for the rest of Morocco, but the people in the Medina are so extremely aggressive and pushy and just very rude people, and it almost like takes away from your experience in the Medina. That's why I wanted to shoot this video about a week after I shot that, because that day I was just completely fed up with the people in the Medina. I didn't even want to film, and I felt like closed off. Like everyone would come up to me trying to like sell me something, and I would just like hide. And so when you travel, you usually want to kind of open up to new experiences and everything like that. But I was just like, go away, go away. Everyone's coming up to me because they see that I'm foreign and that, you know, I probably could want to buy something. And so that for me was like a major turnoff to going to the Medinas. But the reason I wanted to do this a week later is because I got to experience some of the stuff outside of Marrakech and outside of these major cities, which is what I really loved, and I highly recommend you do if you come to Morocco. So if you're coming here, I highly recommend going and doing some kind of Sahara Desert tour, or going to Chefchaouen, the Blue City. These places that aren't completely like tourist traps like Fez and Marrakech or Casablanca. I highly recommend going to those. Those are my favorite places in the whole entire trip. Chefchaouen, the Blue City, and doing the Sahara Desert tour, which was the video before this. Those ones really like made the trip for me and were some of the things I've been wanting to do for a very long time, especially when coming to Morocco. Going to see the Sahara Desert, riding on a camel, going through the dunes, these beautiful massive sand dunes in the Sahara Desert. To me, that's what really made Morocco. So I just want to kind of give you like a heads up when you're coming here. Just be on the lookout when you go to the Medinas and in Marrakech and in Fez, because the people are a lot different in there. And I met a lot of locals outside of the Medina. They're some of the nicest people ever, so I'm not speaking for all of the people here in Morocco, because there are a lot of them that are really nice. But that is it for today, Rogue Nation. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, explore the world.